the average comprehension level for people, even with bachelor's degrees, was at a ninth grade reading level. So I said, whatever you do, you got to make sure that people in the ninth grade or less, really and truly, can read this book and it can be understandable. So here is my book, Real Leaders Wear Pink. It is literally 100 and I think 76 pages, somewhere around there. Yeah, 176 pages, not excluding the acknowledgments. And the beauty of it is that it's a leadership guide. So you do not have to read this bad boy cover to cover. I don't know if it's back in stock because, like I said, the person from Canes told everybody to get the book, so the book was out of stock. I don't sell my book anymore. Economic development, there are wholesalers that sell it. Nola would kill me if I tried to sell my book again individually. We already been through that process. So yeah, here it is. Now, I am not doing an edit to this book. I'm not updating the cover. I'm not doing any of that. And here's for several reasons. When I wrote this book, I was literally commuting 120 miles to 160 miles a day because I was designed for Flint. I was designed for Flint. So if you think of Michigan, Flint is here all the way up to the UP. I was managing basically half the state of Michigan with regards to Frito-Lay. So I was already doing 120 miles to 160 miles a day commute. Nola was in kindergarten. I had a lot going on. I had 9 facilities, employees, and everything. And so I had to write this book in my downtime. So I always had my computer with me. I would stop at Starbucks for an hour, go write, and continue on. There are several spelling errors, a couple grammatic errors in the book, and I keep it all there so that when people tell me, you don't understand, Dr. Donna, I can't self-publish a book. And I say, well, was you managing half the state of Michigan, raising a 5-year-old, and commuting 120 to 160 miles a day, and pretty much 2 phones, and I was dating at that time too, because I could manage 17, 18-hour day. Anyway, the point is, I finished writing the book in 8 months with all that going on, and I had just come off of finishing my doctorate. So when people tell me I can't self-publish a book, bullshit. Yes, you can. You'll find a way or you'll find an excuse, Jim Rohn. So now we're at writing the book, and I start because what I also don't like is when people write books and they don't use personal experience. And I'm talking about leadership books. I'm talking about business books. So they write a business book and they ain't got shit to do with business. They're just a thought leader with a book. And I'm just not cut from that cloth. I'm not about to talk about things and say, well, see, Apple did it, so you can do it too. And Microsoft did it, so you can do it too. I believe that if you do not have the experience, and Malcolm Gladwell does a great job of bringing things together. Most people can't write like him. So then people just write books, throw shit together, throw a bunch of stories together. And my favorite one is that people will get a book and get a bunch of experts together. I've been a part of 2 of those projects, and then put it all together and say, here is the book. I'm not cut from that cloth, and I'm not going to do that. So every last story, all 74 of them, are of me and my leadership experience from the time I started in ROTC in high school when I was a yelling, cussing, demeaning ass bully of a leader up until 2008, because the book was published in 2009. And I wrote the book in 8 sections. So that is why the book is called Real Leaders Wear Pink. Because for those of you who don't know me, I'm a little bit off the cuff. I'm a little bit country, a little bit of rock and roll. I don't like following the status quo. And so at the time, saying that Real Leaders Wore Pink meant, oh, well, it must be a book for women because only women wear pink, and it must be this feminine issue. And she's going to talk about how being strong and standing your superhero pose before you go into a meeting, you're going to let those men know. Absolutely not. Real and pink are actually acronyms. And REAL stands for realistic, effective, authentic, and leader-led. And pink stands for powerful, innovative, natural, and knowledgeable. And that's why it's this pale pink. I did it on purpose because people are like, oh, you got to have this power cover. You got to do all this stuff and make it look like leadership. And I was like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that. So I got me with my nice little cute photo with my pink shirt on. And I had a pink silk blouse on with a skirt and some gold Gucci 4.1-inch heels. And that was other photos that I took at the time that I would display with my book. And I was saying, leadership can look like anything that you want it to look like. And it doesn't have to have this face. So the whole concept of the book is that it's an effective guide with tools that anyone can use to access to have instant leadership success. That's it. So anyone can lead, from the PTA to the boardroom. And I have said this on previous lives, you are the leader of one company for sure, and it's called Me Incorporated.